Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 183, Spicy Gentleman.
Lovely.
In this week's episode, we win the game of buying games. JfG Ash doesn't like Jesse James. JfG Alex has been playing with Play-Doh.
Yeah.
There's that wrestling game out this week.
The one you bought last year and the year before we did that.
And finally, the Funk has some views on Divinity.
Cheers, buddy. Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast.
Nailed it.
This is episode 183. My name is Alex, and I'm joined, as ever, by my very good friend Ash. Hey, buddy. How you doing there?
Hey buddy, as always, feeling good on a Wednesday. Sparkling thoughts. Fucking gives me the hope or whatever it is to go on. I don't know.
Sure.
Lost my train of thought there because I did drop the F-bomb within, 5 seconds of speaking.
You wasted no time, my friend. You were straight in there.
Fucking, you're damn right, son.
Yeah.
You know me, dropping those
This
F-bombs.
place wishes it was shenanigans.
Yeah.
What have you been up to this week, buddy?
I'll tell you what, mate, that's not a lot. As always, as my life at the moment is literally just waiting for a mortgage application to be completed so I can move into a new house. Because, that's where I am at the moment, just renting from this, 3-bed detached house, sitting in a kitchen, recording a podcast. That's what I do.
Well, you're lucky.
Oh, hello. Oh, is that just that I'm lucky just in general?
I had nothing else.
Oh, well,
I just went
I feel
for
pretty
it.
lucky, to be honest, I've got something, I need to talk about it first. So my question to you is, what are you drinking this evening?
I am drinking Funk. Funk hasn't got a name for his brewery yet, buddy.
You get to name it now. The Funk House.
The Funkophilia. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got a name for it, but I'm drinking Funk's beers this evening, buddy. I have been all week. He sorted me out, as you'll remember from last week. He sorted me out with a big old box of his homebrew beers, and I've been working my way through at, I would describe it, an alarming rate.
I'd say casual.
Yeah, there was a big box. Now there's about 6.
There's just a big box with no beers in it.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing in that box.
Why would you have them in there? I mean, you drink them. That's what they're there for, buddy.
It's a full-blown gibbon. I keep putting them through, stand them up, put them in the fridge, and then, they're all gone from the fridge, I have to fill it up again, and then, yeah. That's how it's going, buddy. But no, some beautiful beers. He did me a load of wheat beers. Apparently I'm the only person on earth who likes them, so that's fine. It means more for me. Some nice pales in there, some sort of Kolsch as well. Fucking mega tasty. Like, that man knows his shit. And I've been very much enjoying not having to not only buy beer, but also go out to get beer.
Yeah, that also was a nice thing, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, buddy? What are you drinking?
I have got a treat this evening. I was in Aldi at the weekend, and I was like, I need to get some beers, obviously, because I'm in a shop that sells beer. So, I bought this week, it's American-style IPA called Jesse James.
Oh, okay.
I've never had it before. I haven't tasted it yet. I've had a Hop House 13 already just to get me fucking lubed up. You know how I like it.
Grease the wheels, absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't know what this is going to be like. This clear straw yellow beer boasts a rich aroma, some sort of pininess, it looks like. I'm a bit worried, but hey, you got to try these things.
Are you there? Are you going to have a sip of it now? And
maybe
give us a hot take, perhaps?
It doesn't smell great.
That's unfortunate.
Ooh, that's piney. Oh, yep, that's not a keeper.
Oh dear.
I've got 2 of them. I'll get through them like as quick as possible, I feel. So give it half an hour. I'll be pretty much on my way. I think I'm gonna get rid of this quick time. Yeah. So my week has been little to nothing. Took my son to his football game at the weekend. Watched a lot of football this weekend. Looked at some IPTV deals. I was like, I could buy this, or I could just get some stream off Ace Stream. I was like, that'll do. That saves me money.
I got a little application called Soda Player on the Mac, which is it's like a third-party Mac compatible Ace Stream player.
That'll fucking do, son.
It's really good. Yeah, it just literally, it's exactly what you want. It just pops up, says, "Give me a fucking URL." You paste it in it, and it buffers. Boom.
And there's football.
Yeah, really good. Highly recommend. It's Soda Player, buddies.
Yeah, it sounds
Get busy
nice.
with the fizzy.
I was just using, I think it's just the standard Ace Stream thing on the Fire TV, because I was like, because I've got like my dad's Sky Sports and his BT, and it's on my PC and my phone. And I'm like, my fucking PC isn't connected to my TV at the moment. I couldn't be asked to get the Steam box out, which is the way that I used to do it wirelessly, through like official channels there, buddy. So the means are there. But I was like, you know what, fuck that. Let's just get the Fire Stick going, install some crap on there, and see where it takes me.
Well, this is the thing, man. Like these companies, they really need to sort their fucking shit out. I have a full BT Sport package.
Yeah.
And I regularly use pirate streams instead of their official feed, even though I pay for it and I've got the app and I've got it on, because the quality is fucking rubbish terrible on the official app.
When I see like fucking whatever stream 1080p like 50 frames per second, I'm like, that'll do. I'll have you. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Like really weird. Like fucking stupid offer.
Loco.
But yeah, no, Fire Stick, nicely done, buddy.
Yeah, man. There's loads of ways to do that. Just fucking Google it. It's easy. So yeah, my kids have been ill this week, which has pretty much made me feel like death every day. Getting no sleep, struggling to get gaming in. So when I do, obviously it's just Destiny. So look forward to that. Other thing, I bought a new troll this week, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Currys and Amazon at the same time were selling controllers for $34.99. I was like, I always need more controllers, mainly because my kids break them. That will happen.
It's a good price though, 35 quid.
I know, that's why I was like, I wasn't thinking of buying one, but I saw 35 quid and I was like, I'm in there. And I got a new colour. Technically, it's not a colour, white. It's a shade. But I got me a new white controller, buddy. So I was testing that out last night. It's very nice. Because the old Gran Turismo Sport Special Edition I got, like, whenever it was, 6 months ago, the square button's starting to get a bit sticky. Might be jizz, don't know. Don't think so.
It can happen to all of us, buddy.
Just splooging.
Yeah.
Whenever, happens. So yeah, new troll, buddy. That's probably the highlight of my week.
It's nice, man, because I find now that I use the big fat thumb grips on all of my controllers, you don't tend to notice when it gets fucked, like, because you don't get the wear on the analogs anymore.
Yeah, totally.
But obviously you still get problems with the axis and stuff. Actually, GT Sport is a good game to test that in, because it's got a little bar at the bottom of your speedometer.
Oh yeah,
with a little red dot that shows you exactly where you're pointing. So it's designed to be like the stripe on a real steering wheel, so you can see where you're steering.
That's
but
cool.
It also shows you whether you've got a bit of like strafage going on your analog sticks.
Ooh, I like it. I might have to fire that up, test them all out, because that's something that I would do, being a retard.
No, it's good.
I also bought, because obviously like the kids have got their controllers and they go through thumbsticks like fucking crazy. They can't have the thumb grips on them because like they'll move their hand and they always just fly off because they're fucking kids, heavy-handed as fuck. And I was on Amazon the other day. I was like, all right, I need to get some new ones for, I think it was like my daughter's one. And I've bought some aluminium ones, so metal ones, so they're not going to fucking wear down. I'm like, yeah, have that. So
beautiful.
I think they're coming on Friday, so we'll see what happens with them. Oh, fuck.
Industrial thumb grips.
Last week we were talking about PlayStation VR and if I was buy one anytime soon. The next day, I had one in the basket, nearly bought one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Argos were doing the starter pack for 230 quid with free fucking Wizard One stuff, whatever they're called.
That's a great price.
I know, right? And I was like, oh my God, if I buy that now, I can pay that off in 4 months, like 50, 60 quid a month. I'm like, that's not bad. And then I realised, oh no, I'm buying a house. So I removed that.
He's almost pulled the trigger there.
I was so fucking close. I was like, that is... And then I just thought, that deal will come around probably end of year, beginning of next year again, and then...
it'd be matched on Black Friday and then before Christmas as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
So I think maybe next birthday might be PlayStation VR time.
That'd be cool.
That would be very cool. I'd very much enjoy that. It'd be sweet.
It's a lot of fun.
Nicely
It's a hell of a lot of
settled.
fun.
Oh, fucking... Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not playing Resi Evil, though. Fuck that.
No, it's good.
No.
It's good.
It's not.
I say it's good. I still haven't finished it because I keep bottling it. But yeah.
So there you go, buddy. I managed to stretch that out for a little while about talking about nothing. What you been up to this week?
I've been out and about, buddy. I've been out and about. On Thursday night, we returned to the burger joint that is Marlowe's. Now, we haven't been there for a really long time because we had a very mediocre burger there. And then friend of the podcast, Paul, went and he had a very, very poor experience at Marlowe's, buddy. And we trust him implicitly, so we stopped going there. We haven't been there for ages. But
Fuck those guys.
We went back. The dude's back from his coffee venture, and it was absolutely out of this world.
Nice.
It's like the best burger I've had in the town. It's fucking insane. So that was a beautiful thing. Little bit of a Thursday night piss up. Obviously basking in the glory of last week's quiz victory. So there we go. Saturday trip to the wonders of Tunbridge, buddy. I was pretty excited. Despite having my box of beer, I was like, I hear there's a new Aldi opened up in Tunbridge.
Oh, big fan.
I should probably get over there, buy a lot of joints of meat and
nice, good shout.
Cheese, various cheeses, and a load of beer. That's probably a good idea.
While you're there, you can always peruse the really shitty aisles of crap as well. I love doing that.
Yep.
Seeing what's down there.
Buy like a 4K telly for £100. I'm sure that'd be really good.
That'd be fucking mint, that would be.
Yeah.
You can buy, if you're lucky, a VR headset for under like £8. Highly recommended by JfG Ash.
He's tested that shit. He knows.
Yeah, I have.
He knows.
I took it to the limits. Don't know if anyone remembers my discussion about the VR gangbang.
I'll never forget it personally.
It was a beautiful time.
It's probably 100 episodes ago now.
Maybe. Who knows?
Special. Yeah. So, we were going over Tunbridge anyway. We had to pick up some package that Royal Mail had failed to deliver. And we got to Aldi, and it wasn't very busy. Nor was there any glass in the windows.
Oh, so ransacked.
That's not open.
Oh, okay.
Not open yet. It claims to be open on websites and Google.
Yeah.
If you go search on Google Maps, it's like, take me to my nearest Aldi. It will take you to that construction site. But I kind of got the impression once I realised it wasn't weatherproofed yet that there might not actually be any beer in there.
Or meats or cheese, I guess.
Or meats or cheese. No, none of it. Absolutely none of it. So, yeah, absolute fucking piss take, mate.
That's not what you want when you want to go to Aldi. You just you turn up, there's no windows. Just...
You expect windows.
Yeah, at least windows.
If there are windows, you expect glass to be in them. But
that's true. Well, is a window without glass?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
I've gone with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my Saturday. Complete waste of fucking time. Had a nice meal out though. And then same on Sunday, had a roast with the folks, buddy, in the Pantiles. Cheeky times. Nice when the folks come down, because they're buying. So that's always nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bit of a cheeky weekend of cheeky meals. Didn't get my beers, but nice times all the same. Tuesday night football with friend of the podcast, Paul, buddy, at the pub.
It's off to the pub again. I like it.
Yep, off to see the Blue Tones at the Forum tomorrow night. What? That's going to be fun. Yep, the funk's coming down.
Nice.
Probably the last time I'll see him before his mighty brave adventures. So,
I know. We're going to have to retire Fuckwit Corner for a while, I guess.
I suppose so, unless maybe Fuckwit Corner can just be, have you got anything for the pod? And Funk can just be like, yeah, I'm in fucking Borneo, and I was just ask us like fucking bushcraft questions, buddy, and perhaps things that he can't Google through lack of signal. And we can
obviously
maybe answer those for him.
That's a definite affirmatory, I believe. It's going to happen.
Yeah, any way we can help. And also maybe he's going to want some mobile games, because he's going to start getting withdrawal, buddy, after a little while.
Oh, that's true.
Where he can't play any of his games. So yeah, we'll see what he fancies. I have to have a word with him tomorrow and find out if he wants us to put his section on hiatus or not. But yeah, the only other thing I've been doing, buddy, is baking bread.
He's been baking bread.
I've been literally making bread.
Bread, yeah, nice.
Yeah, there's something about baking bread that is somewhat magical if you've never done it before, because all the way through the process, all the way up to the minute that the buzzer goes off and you will take it out of the oven, you'd think this isn't going to be bread. There's no way. There's no way that this is going to be bread.
How could this possibly form bread?
Exactly. Like, I don't know.
It's not science.
It's fucking bread, mate. I just made bread. It's really nice.
There you go.
It's good for toasting.
What kind of bread was this?
It's like a sort of rustic Italian loaf. So It's kind of you do sort of the big ball of dough, and then you like rip like a third off of the top, and then you kind of you flatten them into two balls, and then almost like a little snowman, and then just sort of poke a hole down through both of them, and it forms one cheeky knobbly loaf. And yeah, so I can make bread now, so I don't have to buy bread anymore. That's pretty good.
Stick that on the fucking CV, buddy.
Innit?
Official bread maker.
It's going to guarantee me an admin assistant role, being able to craft loaves of bread.
We could bring in fresh bread, and people will be like, it's the bread guy. There he is.
I've got to say, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be known for something, then being the bread guy is not the worst.
It's true. Being like
not the worst.
The shitting guy. That's
the shitting guy.
Yeah,
that is
shits.
worse.
Yeah, it is worse.
Yeah, or the like kiddie fiddler guy, or the murderer. That'd be an unfortunate nickname to have at your workplace.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I've got a few of them at my workplace.
You do.
It's kind of common practice, really, where I work.
There's a lot of it about, buddy.
Yeah. Rapiste.
They love it.
Yeah, they do. They're good friends.
That's why they come up there.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, well, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered what we've been drinking. Obviously, the topic for this week's show is video games, buddy. So I suppose it's probably time for us to go and talk about what we've been playing. So do you want to kick things off, B? What have you been up to this week?
Give me a sec. I need to try and get some of this in me. It's going to be bad. Half a pint down.
I had a
there we go.
Wolf Rock Red IPA at Cassidy's last night. I thought it was
nice.
Fucking dreadful. I hated it.
Really? I didn't mind that.
Didn't like it.
It's all right.
I don't really like the dark ones.
Nah.
So to speak. Not a fan. Just
He's
don't
not
like
a fan
them.
of the darkies.
No, I don't like the dark ones.
I can see that. Yeah.
When it comes to beer.
No, I like what's it? Atlantis. That's a nice one that old Wolf Rock do. That's quite nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that a bit lighter?
It's a bit lighter than the dark ones.
I probably prefer that to the dark ones.
True. Anyway, yeah, video games. Oh god. Yeah, Destiny 2, mate. Still going. It's been 3 weeks since Forsaken came out. It's been a hell of a 3 weeks. Shit has been going on. I've made some notes, obviously, for everyone to enjoy. I've hit number 555 out of the 600 now. It's taken quite a while to get your level up in this. I'm definitely putting the hours in. I'm not slacking. So yeah, there's fucking lots to do. And the good thing is, like I've said previous, there's a hell of a lot of different ways to be to be getting this shit done. One interesting way that we found this week was a new game mode, a new PvP extravaganza, let's call it that way, because we played some standard Crucible, which is now 6v6. I think I've mentioned how shit that is nowadays, because there's just too many people, as I've said previous. But so Breakthrough, this new kind of competitive 4v4, is really good. There's a area in the middle, probably a circle, I'd say. I think it's called the Vault. And you have to fight over that area, and you have to take control of the Vault. And then when you have control of the Vault, there is another Vault, maybe Vault, I don't know, by the opponent's spawn area, which you also then have to capture. Obviously, it's harder to capture that because they spawn there, and it makes it a bit difficult. But yeah, it's really good. Once again, just emphasising the fact that 4v4 is way better than 6v6 in that game, even though I believe the whole community disagrees with me, but they're wrong. So there.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, who cares? Fucking endgame content was a big thing that they were talking about before this game came out. Saying that, yeah, the whole Dreaming City is the endgame content area. And fuck me, it is. You've got stuff like the Blind Well, which is like the Horde mode, but with a twist. There's like, you can have different tiers, like 1 to 4, I believe it's 4 tiers at the moment. And at the end, there's big fuck off bosses. You have to melt with your teams and stuff, which is always good. And then there's like a cheeky public event at the end, which is even harder. And fucking getting that shit done is so satisfying. And it just feels really good and warm inside. I love that satisfying feeling of achieving shit that doesn't really matter. It's cool. They've added a new... Well, what happens now is there's a 3-week cycle in the Dreaming City. So after the raid was completed, like the Taken kind of started forming there, and then the week after that, they got a bit more, excited. In the 3rd week, a dungeon, I think it's called, appeared in the Dreaming in the Dreaming City, called the Shattered Throne. Now this is like proper like top level shit. I think it's like marked at like 590 power level. So to get this shit done, you need to be like right up there, otherwise you're just going to get absolutely destroyed. We had a dabble. It was really hard. Luckily there was a nice little cheese where we could fucking despawn all the enemies and just be like, yay, let's just walk to the end kind of thing, which was a bit cheaty, but I feel alright about it because apparently everyone does that shit. So that's fine. But yeah, this dungeon is fucking massive. There's all kinds of new areas to explore and shit like that. That's one of the big things that I'm really enjoying with Destiny now, is they've added these massive areas, and there's so many places to get to. And then you've got, you can drink some special potion, so you become ascendant. And that makes you be able to see, like, stuff that wasn't there before. So, like, more like little jumpy puzzles to get, like, different chests and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's fucking mental. It looks absolutely amazing. Just like pretty much what Bungie do, they're fucking beautiful, what they call the sky lines, no? What's the word in games?
Skybox.
Skybox, that's the one, buddy. Yeah, the skyboxes look fucking awesome, and yeah, just the areas themselves are just absolutely gorgeous. It's insane what they've done with Forsaken. Like, if people are comparing this to the Taken King, and like me and you really enjoyed that, like that brought Destiny to where it should have been when it launched. And to be honest, like Forsaken has really brought Destiny to where it should have been when it launched, which is nice. So yeah, there's loads of other shit to do, like all kinds of exotic quests and stuff like that. So yeah, Destiny 2, mate. It's fucking silly what they're doing with that game. They're really knuckling down into that kind of. A lot of people will like compare it to like WoW and other like MMO RPGs and stuff like that. It's nowhere near those kind of levels, but it's like a casual man's MMO RPG, even though it's still fucking massive. It's massive for a console game anyway.
Well, I was going to say that it's probably WoW, like a sort of PC MMO, gigantic or whatever. I mean, a more casual game is probably more suited to a predominantly console market anyway.
Gibbons, so. Yeah, definitely.
Makes sense.
So yeah, buddy, there's a fucking rundown on Destiny 2. It's really been incredible seeing it like develop over the past 3 weeks, and I believe that there's still more to come. Like they brought out like a new raid, like more Crucible maps are coming out and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like I didn't expect there to be this much content from the DLC at all, to be honest.
Nice, man.
So yeah, buddy, that's pretty much what I've been playing when I've been managing to get on. What have you been up to, gaming-wise?
Well, let me tell you. Firstly, a very brief update about Pez. I'm not going to go on about it, but basically they've admitted that the AI's fucked and intend on fixing it, which is nice. But that's not going to happen until the end of the month, apparently. So they're putting out, and they haven't actually specifically stated exactly what they're going to fix, so they haven't admitted exactly what's wrong. They've just said, like, weird AI behavior will be fixed. And everyone's kind of hoping that means they're going to fix the AI so that they don't play it in along the ground all the time.
Maybe.
And in doing so, they would have to make headers work.
Maybe.
And that would basically fix the biggest problems with the game.
Maybe.
So I've been playing the balls off it, just like playing match after match, kind of enjoying it.
What are you doing more, Master League or online, My Club?
My Club.
Have you even really touched the Master League at all? Or
I've simmed through a season of Master League with Barcelona because it earns you 50,000 gypsy points.
Well, there you go. That's worth doing.
So that was worth doing. It took me about 20 minutes to just miraculously earn 50k gypsies. So that was nice. I've got a team that I'm pretty happy with, but I'm kind of adding the players that I kind of set out to get before the game launched, and in doing so, building the team I actually want. I think I've got 7 of my 11 are now players that I sort of wanted to get before the game launched.
Yeah.
Quite lucky with spins and stuff, but now I'm using scouts, 5-star scouts to pick up players. Picked up Aguero for 2 5-star scouts. It cost, I think, 155,000 gypsies is how much it cost me.
That's
but
crazy.
Obviously, when you've got a third of those for free just by simming through Master League, that's not too bad.
No. It really, I'm really impressed with. I don't know. For me, I feel like because I didn't play a lot of last year's My Club, I feel like they've actually stepped it up a lot. With the fact that you can develop your players a lot more through different means as well. So like feeding them scouts or feeding them players, sorry, and different ways. So like you can build your team, but then you can build on your team by making them better and stuff like that. I think that is a fucking really good move. I don't know if FIFA does that at all, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the Ultimate Team works. Pez, there's some extra different trainers this year. One of them being the skills trainer, which if you've got a skills trainer, you can apply it to any player, and it basically gives them a random stat that's kind of in keeping with their position on the field.
Okay.
So if you've got a goalkeeper who, just a normal goalkeeper who's got whatever he's got, and then you can apply a skill trainer, and maybe he'll get like acrobatic saves or like second wind where his stamina builds again after 65 minutes or whatever. It's a random spin, but it's kind of like speccing a player, and it means that you can kind of get a player and personalize them in a way that makes them completely different to what everyone else has, which is quite nice.
Nice.
And there's going to be some positional trainers as well. They haven't come out yet. There's going to be some challenges in the next few weeks where you can earn these position trainer cards. I don't know what they do. Originally, people thought it was going to let you literally change the position of a player.
Yeah.
I mean, surely that can't be completely open-ended. I think it'd be really funny if you could, for example, change a keeper into a striker and then train him up to be like a really good striker. You could have like Petr Cech up front or something. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah, man. That'd be hilarious.
But I'd imagine it'll be more like if you've got a second striker, you can make him a centre forward, or if you've got like a left midfield, you can make him a left forward or whatever.
I was going to say, if you could do what you originally said, could you just have a whole team of Petr Cech?
Yeah, just a load of goalkeeper team. It'd be quite funny. So yeah, that's Pez. It's completely broken. It's shit online and offline. Apparently they're going to fix it. That'd be nice.
Maybe.
Community is like outraged about this latest PES, including, and they've been getting some shit from like actual league players and esports players and stuff recently. So if they're sticking the boot in, then that's really bad PR for the game. But not that Konami gives a fuck. But yeah, there's PES. Also this week I've been playing, I don't think I mentioned this last week. I'm not sure if I did or not. I think I installed it after last week's pod. But it's called Claybook. It's a demo on the PlayStation Store. And it is a giant table of Play-Doh. And you take control of different shapes and try and achieve different things. It's got a bit of a Marble Madness vibe. Okay. But maybe you'll have to fill up like a pot of water. You do that by like Play-Dohing your way around as a little ball, and then maybe changing into a cube and eroding away the side of a wall, which then lets a load of liquid kind of come out and go into the bowl. It's weird. It's I don't know. It's just
how does it control though? Like I can't really think how that works. Are you like actually morphing it, or have you got like set pieces that you can use?
So it controls like Super Monkey Ball, but you can hit the face buttons to change the different shapes that you so you can become different shapes. You can also go close to other objects or other big shapes or whatever, and you can press square to take control of those as well. I don't know what the deal is with the backstory here, because there's this creepy girl like watching you all the time, like a giant girl. So it's like you're on her Play-Doh table or whatever. But when you go close to her, she's got like a joystick, which is very confusing. I mean, granted, it'd be weird if the Play-Doh was all moving about on its own.
Yeah.
But how's she controlling it with a fucking controller? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's odd. It's a demo on the store. Are you
controlling her where she controls the Play-Doh?
When you move the stick, she moves the stick. So
you're in control of the big girl, I guess. Then.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's magical, or maybe
the meta is confusing.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
I don't really know, but either way, it's kind of fun. The other thing that you can do, which is quite nice, is you can rewind time. But each time you do that by holding down the left trigger, and each time you do that, if you hold it down for more than a second, then it imprints whatever you were where you were, and leaves it there. So, for example, you can go up to a wall as a square, and then you can hold the left trigger down, and it will make a square there and move you back, and then you can go up the square.
So like braid style.
Yeah, a little bit sort of braidish. It leaves a fucking taint of what was there before. So you can like build walls and stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I don't really know. It feels like it should be VR as well, but it absolutely isn't.
Yeah, so I was going to say that sounds like, what was the fucking Dreams, was it, or something?
That's still on the way at some point. Apparently. So yeah, that's Claybook, buddies. Have a look if you fancy something a bit weird for an hour. It's nice. It's nicely done. It looks nice, and the physics all work perfectly and everything. Like I spent a good sort of 10 minutes making like a trench in the ground so that I could siphon water towards a hole. It's, I don't know, video games, eh? There you are.
That's what it is.
So the other stuff I've been playing this week is the PS Plus titles that came out, for us yesterday.
Yes.
And they are, I haven't played Friday the 13th, but I've sent the signal out for everyone to download it for game night in the hope that maybe we could all perhaps have the same fucking game installed for once. That'd be
maybe
nice.
Gang Beast is on sale again, by the way. Just putting that out there.
That sounds like time to put some pressure on.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good price. That.
So I've been playing Laser League, The Bridge, and 2064 Read-Only Memories.
Right,
buddy.
Hit me. What should I download?
They're all good. Laser League is kind of what you expected it to be. It's a top-down. It's like a sort of top-down Tron on foot, and rather than having a bike to draw those lines, there's little things that you can stand on the floor, which will set off like maybe sort of a windmill of lasers which slowly moves around. So it's basically a game of trying to hit your opponent with your coloured laser, whilst avoiding their coloured laser. It's kind of weird,
It's like
how
dodgeball with lasers.
sort of, yeah. I mean, it's quite funny how nice an engine this thing uses and how little is utilised, because you'll load into the game and it's almost like a football game where you've got a proper stadium fully rendered with all lights and everything, and there's a massive crowd. Like, the atmosphere is really good, and then it sort of just pans down in the pitch and it loads up, and it's just like a top-down fucking
video ball.
Yeah. It's like it's so weird. Like the idea that it's not chugging at all. Like, it's running a beautiful 60. So the idea that this engine's there all the time, but
Yeah.
it just makes me think that the angle they've chosen is really bizarre. It's not showing off the engine at all. I don't know. Obviously, they must have tested the fuck out of that thing,
Yeah.
but it's very odd in that respect. But yeah, it's quite addictive. It's quite fun. Early instincts from me are that there's a selection of power-ups, like one per different type of player. And there's one that sort of stuns your opponent, so they just fall over for 3 seconds, which can like make all the difference. You can stun them as the windmill's like going to come around and laser them. But there's one that's like, once it's charged, you can literally just stab someone and kill them. And that feels incredibly overpowered for my first sort of half hour's play.
Yeah.
But definitely going to put the time in on that one and give it a little bit more.
Has it got any online matches or online co-op or anything?
It does. It's got 4-player local and 4-player co-op.
Nice. Oh, wow, cool.
Actually, it might be 6-player co-op. I'm not sure. But
No, crazy.
yeah, it's got sort of 2v2s, at least 2v2s online. You can make private lobbies as well.
Cool.
You can set different multipliers, different rule sets and stuff. It's pretty customizable. Kind of everything old Disc Beard Simulator probably should have been, I suppose. But it's a much better game than that.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
So yeah, worth a download. It's only 3 gig.
I'll
So
get
it's,
that later.
Pretty decent. The Bridge is the next one. This was a crossplay title. Feels very much like not a mobile game, but certainly a handheld game, in that the controls are fairly limited. But basically, it's like Braid, but you can rotate the whole level.
Okay.
So, there's some weird perspective stuff going on here as well. Sort of like think that painting with all of the different staircases going at different angles, and you can kind of turn the map around so you can fall onto a different staircase, and all weird sort of perspective stuff. There was one where I had to recover a key by sort of rotating the map around and hooking it onto a bit of land, and then rotating the map around and eventually getting it in a position where it fell down a ledge and arrived at me. There's one where I had to get through a door, and there was like a ball that would kill me if it hit me. And all of these are kind of like, I don't know, it's like a sort of top down. It's not treated like that because it's like from a 2D side scroller perspective. Obviously your bloke always remains upright, but you can rotate the entire level with the triggers. So it's just a sort of puzzle game, like rotate the level 90 degrees, pop him in a little safe place, rotate it back so that something falls down, and he can then you can rotate it 180 and that thing's gone so he can get past. It's pretty addictive, lots of different mechanics, some like portal mechanics and stuff, and like a black hole that you can kind of fall into. So it's got quite a lot of interesting stuff going on. I think I've seen everything that it has to offer in my first sort of 40 minutes of play. But yeah, if you like sort of cheeky puzzlers that you can kind of dip in and out of, this is a bit of a winner, really. It takes maybe 5 minutes or so to finish a level, and then it auto saves, so you've always got that. It's kind of set up in that mobile game thing where the stages are just like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, and then there's a chapter. You've got a door for each one, so you can just quit it at any point and go back to where you were. Yeah, it's got a nice art style. It does lend a lot of. I mean, you've got a rewind mechanic here as well, and the art style mixed with the rewind mechanic and the point of view makes it very Brady. Like, it looks a lot like Braid to me. Possibly too much like Braid, especially with the music that it uses as well. But all in all, it's a fun little puzzler, buddy.
Worth a download then, I'd say.
I think so. It's only little, like it's only a few hundred meg, that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I'll fucking give that a go. I love a good cheeky puzzle every now and again. I don't think anything's ever going to beat The Witness for puzzles, though.
It's it's worth a little burn. If you've got a spare bit of time. The standout game is this 2064. As my beer goes everywhere. That's fucking great, isn't it?
Not what you want, unless it's going everywhere in and around your mouth.
All up in your business. That's what you want. Was that a bad spill? Not really. It's alright. Okay. 2064 read-only memories is an old school point-and-click adventure. Obviously, you're playing this on a console with a controller, so you're not. It doesn't actually have a cursor. What it does is just makes every object that's selectable highlighted in there, and then you can just cycle through every object in the room.
Okay.
And then when you select it, then you've got look at, use this with this, and so on. Talk to. You can talk to anything, including plants and doors and windows and stuff,
Nice.
which is quite fun. This has got a fantastic script, like laugh out loud script. I was really enjoying it. It's got some brilliant characterization. Very early doors, you meet this little robot, which is genuinely funny. All of the voices are fully acted as well. It's not like a sort of old school where it's just the text, although you have the text as well.
Yeah.
This is really good. I played this for maybe 2 hours. I love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's fucking hilarious. It's like a sort of Blade Runner game. So you're like a journalist of some description, wanting to be a writer. You're friends with a dude who went on to like bigger and better things, and he was basically like the geezer who invented androids. It's got the whole, people doing cybernetic implants. It like leans quite heavily on Deus Ex in that respect.
Yeah.
But it's a proper old school, like 16-bit 2D point and click, like RPG, like a sort of as a Monkey Island or something. The script's fucking funny, really, really good. And the number of times it let me say stuff that I was thinking would be, I was like, someone would say something to me and I'd be like, oh, it'd be so funny if I could say this. And then the dialogue tree pops up and it's one of the options. That happened like 5 times.
Well, good.
So good. And just like little touches, like we're looking for this we don't know who it is, but they're called Tomcat, and apparently they're hanging out in this club. So you go to this like neon club, talking to the guy behind the bar, and he like asks what drink you want, and it's got like 3 options, and they're all ridiculous. But then there's a more button below. I hit more like 15 times, and there were 3 more options every single time.
That's
and
ridiculous.
They were all ridiculous. Yeah, I've noted some of them down because I found them so funny. So here was some of the options, and whichever one you pick, he's like, "How do you make that?" So I thought, "Oh, that's a bit of a cop out then." But then the robot consults her cocktail database and says what it is. So they've not only programmed in like 55 cocktails, but they've made voice acted them as well. They've got the ingredients for them and everything. It's fucking funny. So some of the drinks are subtle bitch, sober chauffeur, clumsy Belarusian, fucking IDK, Natasha Allegri, who is the writer of Adventure Time, by the way.
Yeah.
Garibaldi, Modest Connie, Groggy Nog, Spicy Gentleman, Bears Winter Teeny, Scotch Drop and Roll, Den Svenska Bjornstammen, which is a Swedish electro band, by the way. I was just like looking up these as they were coming up. It's fucking funny.
Nice.
So yeah, this game's awesome. I really like it. It's very funny. It's got a lot of... It feels like there's a lot of sort of left-wing politics going on under the surface of the script, which is fine by me. I can kind of align with that to the most part. That'd probably piss off people who were a bit more conservative than I am. But all in all, yeah, you got to play this. It's fucking funny, and yeah, it's just really good. Slick presentation, really satisfying, brilliant chip tunes as well. Like it's got the lot, man. It's fucking great.
If it's got chip tunes, mate, I'm in.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's I'm very impressed by it. It's got these like Beats by Dre knockoffs where if you use them on an object, then it'll play a song suitable. So if you, if you use them with like a poster, then it'll play like that band's music, for example. But you can also try and use them on loads of stuff. I'm carrying this carton of there was a fridge in my apartment at the start, and there was like 10-day-old gone off milk in there.
Yeah,
and I keep trying to use like my gone off milk because I'm carrying it around in my inventory. I'm just trying to use it on everything. And there seems to be a line there for me every time. Like I tried to pour it on a car, and it comes up saying like you approach the car ready to pour the spoilt milk on it, but the IntelliJ wipers spring into life, just daring you to do it. So it's got such a fucking lovely turn of phrase to it. It's good fun and highly recommended.
Nice. Yeah, they'll definitely be getting that one then, buddy. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really good. So yeah, that's me, buddy. The only other thing we've played together that's new in our game of buying games is
game. You won the game.
You'll remember I say about exactly 4 podcasts ago, we had a message from PJ in Street Beat saying, how long do you think it will be before F1 2018 takes a big price cut? I predict 4 weeks.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! 4 weeks to the day, that thing dropped from £55 to £33, and we all bought it straight away.
Yeah, we'll buy that for fucking 40% off the
40% off a month
price.
after launch. Less than a month after launch.
And 2 of those weeks were at number 1 in the spot as well.
That's the thing, isn't it? It was top of the charts for a fortnight.
Yeah.
And then it's still in the top 10 2 weeks later, and then they just shave a huge discount.
It's crazy. Absolutely
it just seems
insane.
It's never before. It's the same as with like Blu-rays coming out a month after a movie leaves the theaters, but like never before of discounts being so quick. Never before has it been more of a bad idea to buy a game on launch, because
and that's what we said. Like we don't. I can't remember how long it took last iteration for 2017 or whatever to go down, but it was pretty speedy. I remember.
I think it was 6-7 weeks, something like that.
And even so, that's pretty fast. And so this year we were like, well, we'll fucking save a bit of money and just wait, because we know that this game will drop down in price. And bam, 4 weeks later, go time.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. So yeah.
What I will say about this game though, buddy, is a lot of people were pretty disappointed with PES and how small a leap it's been from one year to the other. The same goes for FIFA. And a lot of people saying the same about NBA 2K. Obviously, this is a problem that the WWE games have had for ages. They're the same fucking game they have been for 15 years.
Yeah.
This, to me, as a sim racing fan, is a bit of an upgrade. It's a big step up. I think you get a lot for your money here. How have you found it early doors?
Initially, visually, this game is for looking at it. It's a huge leap forward. Because I always remember the F1 games being nice, but I've always been like, oh no, there's fucking screen tear here and there, and
that was a big thing in the last one, the screen tear, wasn't it?
It's not the prettiest of games for what it is, but no, initially I loaded in and I was spectating an online race with you, Funk, and I can't remember, maybe Pete, I think, at the same time. And I was just I was like, wow, this doesn't look anything like the previous one. This looks so much better, incredibly better. And I don't know if it was frame rate wise or what, but it just seemed to be running really well and looked fantastic, absolutely beautiful. Could be the lighting, could be I don't know, shiny cars or something, I don't know, but it just looked really, really nice.
It's a big step up. I think it's a mixture of all those things. Certainly the lighting engine's improved. They've got new weather effects where they've got a sort of mist and humidity visible, that sort of thing, which makes a big difference. I think PC players have been crying out for that for fucking ages. They've obviously had the beans to do that for the last 3 iterations, and it's just been constantly hampered by the console versions. But yeah, I'm totally with you. Like, it's a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more cartoony perhaps, but I think it suits it quite nicely. The cars just look really plush, and the halos and everything, it's kind of nicely drawn. It just looks good. I think as well, the TV pod camera, which is the one that I think most people use, certainly we all use it, I think because of the addition of the halo in the Sport this year, this is the safety device that basically protects the drivers' heads when they're in the cockpit, something that's absolutely baffling. It's taken until 2018 for that to come in. But
it's a good idea doing that, I think.
It's a great idea, and because it's there, I think that camera is a little bit higher. And that, I think that makes everything feel a little bit slower, and also makes it a little bit easier to see the apex.
Yeah,
and as such, I'm finding it a little bit easier to play. And also, they seem to have addressed the sort of super slidiness of the back of the car that you had when you had to turn the assists off on last year's game. This is something that I'm reliably informed Formula One cars do not do, because they've got so much grip. You know, famously, Formula One cars have enough grip to drive upside down on the roof of a tunnel. They've got so much downforce that they'll stick to it. So they're probably not. You're probably not going to lose the back end like you would driving in the snow in your Ford Fiesta. And that was quite important that they addressed that. But yeah, all in all, it's just a really nice package. There's some really nice additions in terms of game modes that no one's really talked about either. All these different types of championships. So, for example, there's one that's all the street circuits, and it's a reverse grid each time you race. There's one where it's all the Asian circuits and the car performance is equal. These are all different custom championships that are built into the game that you can do. There's a double header one that's you do like a feature race and a sprint race, sort of in a touring cars kind of fashion. So you do a 25%er and then a 5-lapper, and the grid is reversed from one race to the other. So these are all really nice touches. It's just really nice. Like the feedback's better, I think, as well. It feels a little bit more meaty.
I managed to get the wheel out, fucking dug it out of the loft, and then I was like, oh no, I haven't got a fucking power supply. You're like, hey buddy, just find a fucking laptop and use that. And I was like, nah, that don't work. Fucking did.
Oh yeah,
what a legend. Yeah, so I managed to get back on the wheel, which was it was really good fun. And yeah, like you say, the first thing I had to do was turn the feedback down a bit, because it was just like going a bit mental.
I could hear your desk like shit in the bed. Because
obviously, normally I've got it like on a sturdy bit of desk, whereas in this house at the moment it's on some fucking flimsy £10 IKEA desk, and it's just going fucking everywhere. I'm like, whoa. So I had to turn that down, but yeah, I'm looking forward to like getting like a nice setup with the wheel and really going to town with that like in a month or so. Man, it's going to be pretty special, that game, I think, when I get my hands hold of it. Yeah,
nice to have those extra tracks. We've got France and Germany, which we didn't have the last one.
Which is always
the AI is massively improved, like really aggressive, which is realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll go for gaps this time round, and you used to be able to really bully the AI. You know, you come up alongside them into a corner.
Yeah, we had some really, really fun races, like where, you know, you'd overtake this corner and then I'd have to try and judge it so I can get back round you for the next corner. I think it was like Abu Dhabi or something maybe where we did it. And it was so much fun. Like, just big smile on my face. It's good.
Yeah, that's the fucking the way it should be, buddy. And that's something that Project Cars has always been able to do that F1 hasn't always been able to replicate. But it's a big step up, this game. It's well worth the upgrade. If you're a casual racing fan, this is a brilliant racing game. If you're someone who usually picks up the F1 games, then it's worth the upgrade, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you get it for 40% off.
Gibbons. Gibbons. So yeah, that's all our games, buddies. So we should probably move on, I think. And now it's time for the news.
Fucking news.
Number one.
Number one.
I got lots of bright and breezy tidbits this time round, buddy.
Let's do it.
Number one. Fallout 76 beta dates are confirmed. They are the 23rd of October for Xbox users and the 30th for PS4 and PC. It was announced back in the Bethesda conference that Xbox would have a week's exclusivity to the beta. The beta is the full game, so it's the whole thing.
Full game.
But it won't be on 24 hours a day. It'll be on between sort of 4 and 8 hours, apparently, the servers during the beta.
That's shit.
Yeah, I thought so. Pretty rubbish.
What happens if I'm working for them 4 hours? Or sleeping?
Yeah, I can understand taking it down for maintenance, like in the night for 4 hours or whatever, but
it's the daytime somewhere, though, buddy.
That's true. It's a beta, so you can kind of give them to them. Either way, progress can be carried over into the full release. The full release being the 14th of November. And they are maintaining that the only way to get on that beta is to pre-order the game.
I'm getting a bit worried about this game. I don't think it's going to be very good.
I have to say I don't really seem to give a shit about it. I'm not quite sure why, because I was really enjoying Ark, and if anything, this should be like a really polished kind of survival game in that regard. But I know that it takes an incredible amount of work to turn Fallout 4 into a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
But I do feel that that's basically what they've done, and I find it quite underwhelming that it's just the same assets and engine, and that game came out a while ago, and I completely bounced off the single player version of it. So
true.
I'm not.
This is a game that I'm not going to buy. Straight away, not because of money situations or anything like that. I mean, if there's a game coming out and I want to buy it, aka Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm going to fucking buy it. And I don't know, I need to know more about what the fuck this game actually does. What do you do in it? I get it, like, you team up, you kill shit, and you do missions maybe, but I don't know. And then you get some codes and you can wipe everyone out, and then what? Like,
hard to say. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know if the beta's NDA'd. I wouldn't have thought so.
It won't be. That'd be retarded.
So we should see plenty of it. All the YouTubers
exactly.
Be playing
yeah,
it
we should be be able to see a lot of it coming up while like you say, while the beta's out. But obviously, Red Dead 2's out at that point as well. So I'm gonna be kind of busy. So I'm not too fussed about this game.
Gibbons.
But again, I'm quite excited about what it could be. I just have no fucking clue what it is.
No, they've been pretty quiet about exactly what your sort of minute-to-minute tasks and gameplay are going to be like.
Exactly. It's like everything they've shown, I'm like, oh, that looks really cool, but is that it? What else do I do? How do I fill my time in this game?
Gibbons. It's an interesting one. We'll see, I suppose.
Oh, we will see, buddy.
We will see. Number 2, Nintendo successfully stops some company in Japan from running real-life Mario Kart events. This was originally reported on in 2017.
Yeah.
A company called Mario Kart has been running real-life races around Tokyo featuring full Mario Kart outfits, karts fitted in the Mario Kart style, and so on. And at the time, I think Nintendo sent a cease and desist, which was ignored. This was eventually ended up in court. This company has no rights to any Nintendo IPs, and they're selling and making money from a Mario Kart themes event.
I love it.
Who knows? Either way, it eventually ended up in court. The court ruled in favour of Nintendo. Mario Kart must immediately cease all events. They must pay £70,000 worth of damages to Nintendo. That's the way it ends, unless Mario Kart bafflingly appeal.
Which I doubt they will.
I can't imagine that will happen. So yeah,
No.
there you go. Bright and breezy. Football Manager 2019 has VAR, buddy, which is quite nice.
How?
So
Do you just go in VR and look at spreadsheets?
It's a goal, and then maybe it wasn't, and then the ref will blow the whistle and do the square thing, and then he'll run over to the TV screen on the sidelines, and then the classic Football Manager commentary will come up at the bottom that the referee is consulting. Oh, penalty given. The VAR was used to give it, or whatever. So they've programmed like VAR incidents into the game.
Sure.
Which I quite like. That's pretty good. So,
but why? No, that's fine. Yeah, all right. That's been a space.
There it is.
Yeah.
Next, Sean Layden confirms that there won't be a PlayStation Experience this year. The event's normally held in the US in December and live streamed worldwide. I've mentioned repeatedly that there's various things that I was hoping to see before the end of the year, hopefully at the PlayStation Experience. Obviously, that's not going to happen because it's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
Layden says that they just don't have enough stuff to show off right now, which I thought was quite honest of him. But he was saying following the release of Gears of War and Spider-Man as their mega titles this year.
Big boy titles, yeah.
It's not done too bad there, have they really?
Done all right.
Other projects are a way off, and they don't want to juice everyone up and leave them dangling. This begs the question, what the fuck is going on with Days Gone, by the way?
Do love a good juicy dangler.
And Dreams. What's going on with Dreams?
I know, that's twice we've mentioned it this podcast. Weird.
Gibbons. It's also worth noting that last year's PlayStation Experience, Layden came out and said that you'd be able to change your PSN ID by this year's PlayStation Experience or by the next PlayStation Experience.
Yeah, that could be why they pushed it back, maybe.
Clever fucker.
I like it.
So, meanwhile, Phil motherfucking Spencer has announced Ep.183 or Ep.183, a Microsoft version of the PlayStation Experience, which is happening in Mexico City on the 10th of November, buddy. So PlayStation aren't having an experience thingy, and now Microsoft are having one. What do you make of that?
Fucking why not? Phil fucking Spencer, he's got a juicy dangler. He's teasing you with it, buddy.
He wants to juice everyone up. Maybe they've decided they're going to make and release some video games.
Maybe, I doubt it. I mean, they did come out and buy a load of fucking publishers,
they did
at E3, was it? At E3?
They mentioned it at E3, that they acquired a load.
But yeah, we're not leasing them out. We just went out and bought a fucking load of these cunts and they're making games for us. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're actually making some games for Microsoft. That would be cool. I mean, it'd be weird if they weren't.
They'll get there, I'm sure. But pretty exciting, what PlayStation have got on the way. I mean, obviously Red Dead's multi-platform, but we've got that in the next few weeks. And then we've still got Last of Us to get excited about as well, of course.
That's true. That's coming out at some point.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Good shit. Either way, there you go. Minecraft Dungeons.
Quickly, buddy. I just need to rectify something. When, in the previous one, news section, or whatever it was, when you said Football Manager 2019 now has VAR, I thought you said now has VR. And that's why I was like, what? I was very confused.
Oh, I see.
I was like, why would Football Manager 2019 have VR?
I can see that could be quite confusing.
Yeah, it confused me because I wasn't looking at the notes at the time. And I was like, why would it have VR? How would that work? That doesn't make sense. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe it would be good in VR.
No.
You could look over the pitch. Probably not, to be honest.
I guess it'd just be like watching a football game. I guess you could just simulate that, I guess.
Possibly.
But then you're the manager, so you'd be VAR you'd be on the side of the pitch. You could approach him, pick up your wands and wave them in the air. Put the bread in the oven.
Put the bread in the oven.
oven.
Yeah, you could do all sorts, star jumps, all sorts of shit.
I like it.
That's all I do understand. That does make sense now.
Yeah.
Gibbons.
My bad.
Good shit. Moving on, Minecraft. Some sort of dog version of Minecraft. Minecraft Dungeons has been announced. It's a new game from Mojang. It's said to be a classic dungeon crawler crossed with Minecraft. There's a trailer for this, which doesn't show any gameplay, just looks like almost like a Minecraft story mode thing.
Yeah.
But whether it's actually in the Minecraft engine or not remains to be seen. Either way, it's a new game. They're excited about it. And it's going to launch in 2019 on the PC. So there.
Okay.
Next, Bungie files trademark for new something. It's called Matter.
What?
And it's been trademarked under video games and online services. Those are the two trademark categories.
Sign me up.
Gives away nothing really, but there is bafflingly, normally, they trademark something and there's no like art or anything, nothing to give the game away. But with this, there is a logo, which is like a sort of few paint sploshes and the word Matter. Obviously, no one knows. We need
something, just fucking Matter.
Yeah,
there you are.
Who can say what it is? But that looks like something new that Bungie is working on. So I'm sure you're going to be waiting with bated breath to see what that's going to be.
I'm very excited about nothing.
About nothing, because there's nothing to say, because there's no information. So next, FIFA 19 physical sales down 25% year on year. I would imagine that this is probably quite a lot to do with the fact that people are stopping buying discs finally.
Digital.
I think that's probably what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish they would put out the digital sales, like actual just numbers. Not put like, oh, it's down 25% year on year. It's like, well, this is how many physical ones have sold, and this is how many digital ones have sold. Yeah. So it's either, I feel like it's probably sold more year on year.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that these online marketplaces are not quite so interested in giving anything away in terms of figures and facts and so on.
No, because then we'd know what's going on.
Then we'd know what was going on, and we're not allowed to know if the game sold poorly.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're not allowed to know. No dice grammar.
So yeah, probably meaningless, but it's a headline that they can write anyway. Moving on. Google has announced Project Stream. This is a new service that will let you stream, in their words, complex content, and that includes video games, in your Chrome browser. This would be a massive boon for everyone, not needing any sort of hardware. And obviously, all their Chromebooks would be able to run like top-notch video games. It's essentially PS Now or On Live. Or
obviously, it's just a streaming service. That's what it is.
So beta tests start on Friday. So by the time you're listening to this, that's live in the US.
I tried to sign up and it was like, you're not in the US, and I'm like, no, I wonder if I can VPN this.
I thought that.
They didn't have it. I tried. They were not having it.
And also, you'd need your VPN on while you were trying to run the thing, and then you're using a VPN whilst trying to stream a 1080p video game. So
easy, mate. No bov.
No trouble.
Yeah.
Beta testers will be able to run Assassin's Creed Odyssey in browser through the period of the
crazy
test. That sounds mental, and there's alleged footage of it in action. But it's just a video of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how do I know this is in a browser? Is this not
exactly?
It could just be a video of Assassin's Creed in a browser. I mean, it's like, no. But you never know, buddy. I mean, fucking, why not? Google's got loads of money. Fuck it, get it done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone found that there's a text adventure built into Chrome this week as well. So it's kind of like both extremes. You've got a text adventure coming out, and also you can play the latest video games in browser with no
the dinosaur one where you haven't got any connection. That one's always good fun playing that. Have you ever seen it?
Oh yeah, when you've got like when you're offline on Chrome.
And
it's like the helicopter game or something.
Yeah, you just jump or whatever. It's the dinosaur. Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, good shit. It'd be interesting to see what the reports are like in terms of the performance there. But you would imagine that Google being Google, they wouldn't beta test it if it didn't work perfectly. They're just trying to build some hype. So finally, from me. The Witcher's author, which is, I think his name is Andrei Sikowski. Andrei Sikowski.
Sikowski.
There's lots of other letters in there that I'm reliably informed that you don't pronounce. So his name is Andrei Sikowski. He is trying to get some more money from CD Projekt Red. Apparently, when they originally did the deal, he was offered by CD Projekt Red either an ongoing royalty through sales and so on.
Would have been a good idea.
Or he was offered a lump sum. Money. And he said, and has admitted this on camera, that he expected there to be no profit in it, no one to give a fuck about it, and he didn't think CD Projekt Red were capable of making anything.
Well done.
So he just said, give me the money up front, and they paid him. So obviously this has now become one of the biggest video games of all time, and he's angling for more money, which I would have thought would be utterly ridiculous.
If you signed a contract saying, this is the deal, and they fulfilled that deal, I'd come back and be like, I want more.
So, obviously CD Projekt Red are fairly unimpressed by this, that their response was to officially post his request. Because he's filed this legally with his lawyer, and they responded by posting on their official website, we've received this request, despite remunerating him at the time.
Because this isn't the first time that he's tried to do this.
No, it isn't. So the other weird thing about this is he's been working, Andrei Sikowski has been working with Netflix for the Witcher series that he's getting paid mega bucks for, presumably, because the Witcher is an entity, it's a world, but CD Projekt Red's games do not include story from his books. It just uses the Witcher universe. As I understand it, the Netflix series is going to have some story from his books, but it's a different thing altogether. Anyway, someone somewhere, and by that I mean I was trawling through forums trying to find some sort of insight here, because I'm not a professional journalist, buddy, but I'll give it a fucking red hot try.
I won't.
Apparently, Article 44 in Polish copyright law states the following. In the event of gross discrepancy between the remuneration of the author and the benefits of the acquirer of the author's economic rights of or the licensee, the author may request the court for a due increase of his or her remuneration.
That's retarded.
So, that is retarded.
But they can request it. What,
yes.
Then it go to court and then the court decide if he gets it or not? Because
I guess. I don't know.
That's absolutely retarded. Because if I buy something and then... Or I sell something, I sell, I don't know, my semen to someone for a fixed rate. I'm like, there you go. And I make a super baby, like the fucking best kid you've ever seen. Surely I can't go back and be like, look, that kid's fucking amazing. Give me some more money.
It doesn't seem to make much sense to me at all. The idea that you could, any asset, an antique car. You buy an antique car.
My semen is quite an asset, buddy.
It's an antique, indeed.
It's an antique.
Antiquity semen.
Yeah.
If you you buy like a sports car from the 80s, and then 20 years later, it's one of only 3 left, and it's like 100 times more valuable. And the dude that sold it to you originally is like, you now owe me another like £400,000.
Yeah, exactly.
That shouldn't be how the world works. We could do with a little word from our friendly neighbourhood Octopizzle, who is heavily involved in copyright law for a job. So maybe he'll have some sort of insight into this. If you do, buddy, then we'd love to hear it, because obviously we're kind of pissing in the wind here. We don't really know a great deal about it, but it seems to us, certainly, that if you make a fucking deal, then that should be the end of it.
That's it. That's the law.
And I'd imagine if it goes to court and CD Projekt Red plays literal audio of Andrei Sikowski going, no, they're useless, they're not going to make any money, I want all of it up front, which exists online already. You would hope that would be the end of it. But either way, the dude must be minted anyway. They're like mega best-selling books. And now
exactly.
He's got his Netflix series as well.
Series, yeah, like you say, it's fucking... Yeah, it's going to be all about it.
Pretty weird. So yeah, either way, I don't know. That guy's... a money grabber, I guess. But either way, fuck knows. And yeah, if anyone does have any insight, then let us know. That's me, though, buddy. So I should probably hand over to you for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well, which is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, a few things this week. We'll start off with Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Odyssey apparently could be the most successful Assassin's Creed ever in Japan.
It's getting brilliant reviews, that game.
No.
He's not interested. Fair play.
Yeah. More Ubisoft news. This is probably the one that is more noteworthy than that last one. But Vivendi, the people that we've reported on countless times, who have a nice stake of shares in Ubisoft, have come out and said that they're going to fucking sell them all now. Which is nice, I guess, for Ubisoft, you know. After they teamed up with like Tencent or something, didn't they, to fucking try and get rid of them? I think that was the
think so. Yeah,
story about it, wasn't it? So yeah,
really big balls.
Yeah, Vivendi are now giving up on the pursuit of Ubisoft. So I guess it's staying within the Ubisoft family because they all seem so happy and mental, which is always
crazy.
Nice.
Yeah,
wacky, zany.
Crazed.
Wasn't it zany? I think that was the word that you used. Yeah.
Oh, we're so whimsical. We're so zany.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Corporate juggernaut cunts.
Yeah. We've got Activision here after the news from last week of Fortnite coming out, being cross-play now. Activision are looking into cross-play performance for Overwatch, but say there is a lot of work to do. So that might happen. I guess, I think we're going to see a few more companies come out on this whole cross-play bandwagon thing. So I guess, like, I mean, if EA did it, you know, that's a good move for them because it makes them look like good guys for a change.
Yeah,
I guess, you know,
I mean,
that kind of thing.
Sony's still harping on about how it's so much work to get it working, despite the fact that it was working before.
It was working, yeah. Stupid, isn't it? Absolutely retarded.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's dumb.
There is a multi-console emulator called RetroArch that is available in the wild at the moment, and it has finally had a full release. It has an official, not a full release, an official release on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, you have to have a hacked version of the Switch, but yeah, now that's come out and is pretty stable, and you can play a lot of different emulators on there. I will be installing that soon-ish, I would say,
nice.
to give it a test out. I believe that the N64 is still a bit buggy, and at the moment it doesn't support Wii or GameCube because apparently they're motherfuckers to get sorting out. But yeah, there's been a huge buzz about this in the scene for the past couple of weeks or so, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting just like one emulator that rules them all kind of thing. I can literally load it up and be like, right, what emulator do I want to use here? And it's just like, boom. Because at the moment I've got like 3, 4, 5 different ones, and certain games run on this one better than that one, so I can't run it on that one. I have to go on this one, and it's a bit of a ball ache to try and remember what's
it's going to be
happening.
Nice as a sort of quality of life type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything
and
under that one umbrella.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of work's gone into this as well. So I'm very excited. I believe it's going to have, it's got PS1 emulation working on there pretty well now.
Man, that's cool.
And they're working on PS2 as well. So I'm very excited about playing
I've loved
Tony
this
Hawk.
BIOS loophole all this time. Like, it's just
Fucking brilliant.
as long as you don't supply that BIOS, then you're not breaking.
Then it's
any
all
laws,
good. Yeah,
you're
it's
just
absolutely
replicating
crazy.
Old
Yeah, man.
technology.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good. Finally, buddy, my news favourite thing of this week. Ultimate Fishing Simulator is coming to consoles in 2019. First on the Switch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, are you going to be able to use the Joy-Con to cast?
I fucking hope so, because that's all
That'd be
I
a
want to
missed
do.
opportunity otherwise.
I know, right? You'd be like, wow, and then you fucking wheel it in. Ah, mate. But yeah.
That's what you want.
I'm very excited about that anyway. Fishing, mate. Red Dead Redemption 2's got fishing in it, by the way.
It's got lots of fishing, and thank God for that, because I wouldn't have bought it otherwise.
I know. And poker, buddy. I know you're a fan.
I like a bit of poker. Got the 19 breeds of horses. It's
nice.
It's got it all in many ways,
Shrinking testicles, obviously.
Yep.
As I've been told a million times now by news sites.
Yep.
Thanks, those guys.
New article every time Rockstar deliver any sort of press release. No matter
Have you
how
watched
small.
the new trailer that came out this week?
It depends when it came out. How new is it?
I think it came out the weekend or something. I think it was like gameplay number 2 or part 2 or something. It came out.
Okay. No, I don't think I have seen that yet. I'll have to watch that later.
Yeah, you should watch that. It's very good. You get to see... it's still got the annoying woman that makes no sense who's there. I
don't know why they keep using that.
Fucking weird, mate. I don't know. But it looks very, very good.
And it kind of made sense because she was talking about helicopters and fighter planes and stuff. But to do it in like a Western setting and just use the same narrator, it just kind of spoils the whole mood of the thing to me. But
I don't like it.
Who knows? But
I do like the game. It looks very, very good, and it's going to be fucking massive and unbelievable. There's going to be so much to do in that game. It's going to be ridiculous.
The beauty of buying it day one is you know that fucker's not going to go down in price for over a year.
That shit is not going down in price. I mean...
So, money well spent.
Exactly. Might as well fucking spend it now. Get it done. So there you go, buddy. There's my new favourite things of this week.
Very nice. Very, very briefly, just want to mention Video Gamer's old reporter who moved to Eurogamer and has now gone it alone to do YouTube documentaries, Chris Bratt. He has posted a video about Red Dead Revolver, which I highly advise everyone to have a little look at. It's really good.
Nice.
Talking about the development of Red Dead Revolver, like how it began, what it started as.
Yeah.
And basically it started as a like super corny Japanese-esque Capcom game. With the original director being the dude who did like Chun-Li in Street Fighter.
Nice.
And so they get shot and do like fucking almost like Fortnite-esque ridiculous dances and stuff. It was mega arcadey and stupid. It was being made by like a multi sort of cultural studio. And basically that studio was I can't remember what they're called now. It was like Dream Galaxy or Divinity Studios or something like that.
Yeah.
But they got bought out as part of a deal between Rockstar and Capcom just all they wanted was to have the rights to publish Rockstar games in Japan.
Oh, really?
So they used this studio as leverage, and Rockstar took it over, like came in and were like, okay, you can carry on making this, fuck this off, keep making this. And it apparently just Dan Houser was like, this stupid looking Western game looks well funny, like keep making that. And that's how it all began.
And it just came out with that. Nice.
Yeah,
that's well
Capcom
cool.
were just like, just let us publish GTA in Japan, because that's all we fucking want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well worth a watch. You can find it on YouTube. Just search Chris Bratt, and he does some really good documentaries on there. And it's like 15 minutes of your life that you'll really enjoy. I promise you.
Nice, definitely worth a watch then.
Gibbons, it's really good. So yeah, that was your news, buddy. Thank you very much for it. And before that was my news, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Let's take a look at some games coming out this week. Probably filled with microtransactions, loot crates, pay to win mechanics. Because fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Buy our shit.
But that's out this week.
Fucking is as well.
What?
There are 5 games that I'm willing to report
Worth mentioning,
on that are out this week. There are another 10 games that are either like hentai RPGs or
sign me up.
3DS titles or...
I'm in it to win it.
Fuck knows.
Cool.
So yeah. We have WWE 2K19 on PS4, Xbox One and PC. That's that game. If you're a wrestling fan, it's that game you bought last year and the year before and the year before and the year before. The Occupation arrives on PS4, Xbox One and PC. This is a first-person stealth game. Looks quite interesting. Bit cheeky. Like it. We've got Mark of the Ninja Remastered, arriving on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. That was always a lot of fun back in the day. Certainly very conducive to a Switch title, so possibly worth a look. Child of Light arrives on Switch. This was, I think it was a PS Plus title.
Yes, it was.
Kind of involved weird sort of turn-based combat and people kind of floating around. It had a sort of JRPG art style, but quite a cool game actually. And yeah, like bang on for a handheld. So probably the Switch users are going to be pretty pleased with that one, buddy, I'd imagine.
They love old games because
they have to. They have no choice.
They can't play anything else. But that's Nintendo fans, I guess. They like. I mean, Nintendo fans mainly didn't buy any other console, and therefore didn't play these games.
So amazing that Child of Light runs on the Switch, buddy. What a brilliant set of work they've done there.
It's a leap forward for mankind and a small step for that developer.
Finally this week, we have the big one. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 arrives on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, complete with Black Cow mode, as we discussed before. I'm gonna want this basically until it finally dips in price in January. I'm just gonna want this all the time, but that's something that I can live with as an adult.
Well played.
Thank you. It's hard day to day, buddy. I take it day by day, but that Black Cow, it touched me in ways that a Call of Duty game hasn't since Call of Duty 2. So there we are. So yeah, that's the games. They are. There's some fucking games.
I love games. I'll buy games. We bought a game this week, buddy. So I mean, that's us done for a while, I guess.
That's done till Red Dead, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I did. There was a new sale on the PS4 today. I had a quick look and I was like, "This is wank." So yeah,
really cool. VR game came out this week where you control a little robot in sort of a 3D environment. It's kind of like Moss. But it's £35 and apparently only like 2 hours long. So
now
I'll probably wait on that one. But
I'd wait on that. Jesus Christ!
Give that a miss for now.
Fucking hell, that's a bit much.
Yeah, that's VR for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is out this week.
It's out this week.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with funk. Fuckwit Corner with funk. He's got some questions for funk.
Has he got any questions this week, buddy?
Funk's got this for us, buddy. He says, Yeah. Been enjoying Divinity 2 and have reached the second act. The areas are massive, and for the most part, I'm massively underpowered against pretty much everything, which you don't find out until you start a fight most of the time. Found myself scrabbling around for easier shiz to do. I'm convinced a lot of the problems I'm having are the complexities of the levels, armor, area effect stuff, and not knowing how to do it. I've been trying to steer clear of Google because I feel it's less fun that way, but at the same time, I could be missing out on so much and basically playing the game like a spaz.
Classic.
What do you do? He also says you can respec your dudes at any point, so they clearly want you to have fun with it.
That's kind of cool that you can fuck about with your characters like without any penalization, I guess.
Yeah, and I suppose if you really want to avoid Google, then that's the way to go. Like, keep respecing it like to extreme skills
test it until you get it right, kind of thing, or what fits with your playstyle, or if that's even a thing in that game. If there's one way of winning, then you play it until you find out how to do it.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I understand totally, like, trying to avoid spoilers and you don't want walkthrough guides, and you don't want the game's mystery to be like ripped away from you by other people.
True.
But at the same time, like, it's a tightrope, isn't it? You get to the point where you're just gonna have to have a little look and work out what the fuck. Like,
that's the thing. A lot of the fucking shit to do in Destiny is hidden away behind certain whatevers, and if you don't find it, you don't find it. But you either hear about it through word of mouth because you're in some kind of dag clan, or you're on YouTube trying to find out what the latest shiz is. And yeah, I completely understand like the conflict between like knowing what's best or am I missing out on something? Is there like something fucking super cool that I could be doing right now that would make this game so much better? Or I just want to go and explore and find out what the hell is going on in this game and find my own way. It's a very thin line between, oh fuck, that's just been totally spoiled for me, or holy shit, that's made this game a million times better. It's a dangerous thing to do. I obviously am in a camp of, I'm a fan of the Google. I'm going to put it that way, I'd say. I like to kind of find out what's going on and what's a good way of getting about my game. But obviously, you look at the name of the title of whatever video or post you're looking at on Reddit or wherever, and you kind of deduce if it's worth your time or not, or if it's going to spoil the game for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely, that's the thing. You're taking a gamble when you're watching a video.
Yeah, totally.
And that can kind of wreck things. But I think having played having invested the amount of time that you've invested in the game, if you're now being like hindered and you think that there might be some sort of like magical way to improve your enjoyment, then I think you go for it. I think you have to at this point.
Yeah, I think so. If you've put so many hours into that game already, and if you're not finding it as enjoyable, then yeah, that's when you need to go to Dr. Google to sort it out, I guess. But if you're still having fun, then fuck it, carry on to doing what you're doing.
Probably Reddit's a good shout as well, because you can get more of a kind of idea of what each subthread is, like each kind of what's going on there, whereas a YouTube video you're kind of reliant on the discretion of some random dude.
Yeah, and he could be an absolute tool.
Exactly.
Most of the time, that is true.
Reddit is certainly your friend in situations like this.
I would say so, yeah, because a lot of that stuff is like spoilered out. If it's anything to do with like storyline or anything like that, it'll have a big thing saying spoiler underneath it, and then it won't show you what it is, which is kind of handy.
Well, it's the sort of accountability that you get on Reddit. If you behave like a cock on YouTube, there are basically no repercussions. But if you do it on Reddit, then people are down your fucking throat straight away. Yeah, exactly. It's like, they're down your throat anyway. But yeah, definitely. If you're a cunt, they are even more down your throat. Yeah, gibbons, full blown. So yeah, that's definitely another one that we'll pick up when it hits a sale. 100%. Really like the look of that bit of divinity. So yeah, thanks very much for that, Funk.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk.
So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 183 of the podcast. I had to think about that.
That's so many.
That's so many. I wasn't sure what number it was. I kind of lost count.
Luckily, we write it down every week, so we don't forget.
It's pretty important. I kind of need a wee. So
that's 183 weeks, by the way.
It's a lot. We don't really miss one. We don't. Pretty important to us, to be honest.
Pretty weird, isn't it?
What are we going to play now? Or are you just going to go to sleep because you're fucking dead?
It is tempting now. We will play something. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll probably go on the store and look at that sale and be like, yeah, this is wank. Yeah, look at that.
We're really good at that. We're really good.
We really love wasting
down
time.
A whole store page and be like, nope.
No. It's kind of our forte. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we're special. We're special.
We are special. Indeed, buddy.
Tasty biscuits. Well, lovely, buddy. Catch you next time, obviously. And we're going to go and play some games now, buddies. So thanks very much for listening, everyone. And we will catch you next time. I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye. I forgot what I was going to say.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JfG podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JfG podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JfG podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join, just search the JfG podcast on there, and we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.
Spricht der